So friends, let's start the next topic in this series, that is relations. Now in the first place, what are relations? Relations are user defined equations written between the dimensions of the model. So once again, what are relations? Relations are user defined equations written between the dimensions of the model. Remember the term user defined equations. Let's discuss this with an application. Standard parts like nuts, bolts, bearing, washer, pulleys, etc. are available in various sizes as per their end use. These standard parts are categorized and documented in a book called as Design Data Book. It's a very popular book in engineering applications, and all of you might have somewhere or the other heard the term design data book. So now soft copy of this design data books containing 3D solid models of the standard parts are required for various modeling purposes. Each category of these standard parts are similar in shape but only variable in size. Creating solid models of all the parts of a particular category is a time consuming job, since they are similar in shape but only variable in size. Hence, user defined formulas can be established between dimensions of a part, and multiple parts similar in shape but varying in size can be created by using relations. Let's understand this with an example. The drawing shows the solid model of a bolt, which is a very commonly bought about standard part. As we all know that bolts are required in various sizes as per their end applications. Say in this example, the bolt is to be varied as per the core diameter, that is 16.5. That is, in simple words, we can say that bolts of different core diameters, that is 5, 10, 25, 50, 100, 200, etc. are required according to its end use application. Now, creating a new model for each core diameter is not advisable. At the same time, modifying each dimension of the model to get a new bolt is also not feasible. So then what is the solution? We can relate the different dimensions of the bolt with the core diameter by formulas, and this is exactly what we have seen as relations in the last PPT, establishing user defined formulas between dimensions. As we see for the model of the bolt, the formulas are side is equal to diameter, S is equal to D. What is S? S is the side of the hexagon, which is equated to the core diameter of the bolt. So when diameter of the bolt will change, say from 16 to 50 units, the side of the hexagon will also change to 50 units. Say the second formula is T is equal to D. Thickness of the bolt is equal to the diameter of the bolt. So when the diameter takes a new value of 15 units, the thickness of the bolt will also change to 50 units. Then length of the bolt is 5 times the diameter. That is, when the diameter of the bolt will change to 50 units, the length of the stem of the bolt will change to 50 into 5, that is to 50 units, and so on. The turn chamfer radius R, which is 0.85 times the diameter, and the chamfer which is by 16 times the diameter. So in short, after applying the formulas, when I change the value of D all these values S, D, T, L will change automatically according to the diameter of the bolt to give me a new model of the bolt. That is by just modifying the diameter of the bolt I can get the new model of the bolt. Now in this formulas, left hand side of the formula is called as a driven dimension, and RHS, right hand side of the formula, are called as driving dimensions. You can modify only the driving dimensions. That are dimensions on the right hand side of the equation. Dimension on the left hand side of the equation, which are driving dimensions, will be modified according to the formula which has been established. They are called as driven dimension, as the name goes. Let's establish this formula on a bolt in Creo 3.0. Our first job before employing relations is to create a solid model of the bolt. As seen from the drawing, the first feature is a hexagonal head. Of 16 units side and 16 units length. So we have created the sketch of an hexagon which is 16 units in side. This is denoted as capital S in our drawing. Now extrude this by a length of 16 units. This is denoted by capital T in our drawing, which is the length of the head. Then create a circle of 16 units diameter, which is indicated by capital D in our drawing, which is the diameter of the stem of the bolt, which is our driving dimension. Then extrude it by a length of 80 units, which is denoted by capital L in our drawing, which is the length of the bolt. Then cut the turned chamfer radius, which is denoted by capital R in our drawing and in the formula. Two triangles are to be constructed, which indicates the chamfer marked on the bolt of on the head of the hexagon, which are the chamfers marked on the head of the hexagon. Dimension the point and the center line 13.1 units, which is indicated by capital R in our drawing, which is 0.85 times the diameter of the bolt. Since we have two chamfers on the face of the hexagon, mirror it to that side about a center line. Accept the sketch from the shapes group. Take the revolve tool. Since it's a revolved chamfer, take a revolve command from the shape group. Select the axis of revolution for the sketch. But as you can see on the drawing, the software is not able to select the axis of revolution. That is because if you note in the sketch, we have used a center line, which is not the axis of revolution. So in such a case you have to draw one more center line. Which will act as an axis of revolution. You can see on the screen, still the software is not able to take the axis of revolution. So again edit the sketch to draw another center line, which is the axis of revolution. Select the center line and mark this as a geometry center line. Then select another center line and mark it as a construction center line. And now go into the revolve tool. So the software will cut, software will cut the feature. The last feature to be modeled is a chamfer at the end of the stem, chamfer at the end of the bolt. So now our solid model for establishing relations has been prepared. Now in the tools tab, in the tools tab in the modeled intent group, take up the relations tool. Now the first relation is side of the hexagon, capital S is equal to diameter. So select the hexagonal feature, select the dimension D0, select the stem and D4. So D0 is equal to D4 is our first relation. Then thickness is equal to diameter, D1 is equal to D4 is our second relation. Then select D5 which is equal to D4 is our third relation, D4 into 5. Then select the revolve cut feature. You can use repaint to clean the screen. You can use repaint or Control R to clean the screen. Then select the revolved feature. Then select the turn chamfer radius D8 which is equal to D4 into 0.85. Again you can use regenerate or Control R to clean the screen. Select the chamfer feature D14 which is equal to diameter into divided by 16. So in this way you have five relations defined in your drawing. Now our next job, tell OK to accept the relation. Note that these relations need not be saved, they will be automatically saved with the file. Now modify the dimension of 16 which is the driving dimension to 50. Regenerate the model. Control G is the keyboard shortcut for regenerating the model. Control G is the keyboard shortcut, or else you can use the regeneration option from the toolbar. Then again try changing the values of the diameter to 4 to 5 different values to ensure that the formulas established are working properly and the bolt can be achieved for any diameter. That is, the bolt can be achieved for any diameter values, that is 5, 10, 25, 100 and so on. Remember to use Control G to regenerate the model every time you have modified the core diameter. Okay, so try creating relations and enjoy the tutorial.